Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another show of On the Spot. Tonight's topic, global warming and a whole bunch of other stuff. To my right, we have Dr. Rob Stewart, a founding member of the Universal Society of Complete Understanding. To my left, Professor Titch Cornish, anthropologist, psychologist, astrologist, and has recently abducted an AIDS orphan. Right, gentlemen. My first question that I'd like to talk about is, I was thinking the other day, in terms of global warming, right, we have these two big holes through the ozone layer. Why, you'd imagine, alright, first of all, we have these holes over the North and South Pole. Why are they over the North and South Pole when most of the pollution is coming from places like New York, the Big Apple, London, you know?
It's interesting what you say, but at the same time you've got to realize that these people are paying good money to drive their cars.
Yes.
Why should they have a hole over them as well?
Right.
Is that really fair?
Right. No.
Really?
Most definitely.
I mean, would you like to drive a car plus get really hot?
Rob. They are paying for the ozone to be imported from the United States through the taxes on the petrol. But they're still paying less than we're paying. So we are paying for them to benefit from their fuck up to send the ozone holes to the North and South Pole.
Right.
But when we say hole,
Wait a sec, gentlemen. Can I just say one thing? Are you guys? Are you saying that America and all these great countries?
he's basically saying they're to blame.
No, what I'm trying to hang on a second. Let's cool down a little bit.
All right.
First of all, is the Americas and the Europes, are they actually paying? Are you saying that they're paying for these holes to be on top of the North and South Pole?
They are paying a levy, government levy,
Yes.
which Bush is behind.
Yes.
Blair loves it.
Right.
He is scoring. He has a little fucking castle, in the south of London.
You know, when you're on top, everyone wants to knock you down.
Right.
But carry on.
That is not the case.
Are we not
That is
skipping the
case,
topic
Rob.
here, gentlemen? Are we not skipping? I mean,
Why are the holes
why
there?
is the hole there?
Why are the holes
fundamentally?
there?
Right.
We have two theories.
All right.
One is my school of thought,
Yes.
which comes from years of experience and
Right.
years of training. The other would be perhaps someone like Jason who thinks, well, this is all random. It is the planet as we see the planet here, Africa there.
Yes.
Most of it happening there.
Yes.
Solar winds, Atlantic winds
Yes.
driving the pollution upwards through the United States.
Right.
Do we have a...
Have you
Can we hear about
ever actually seen the hole?
I
mean, you talk about this hole that America's
I haven't seen
created.
the hole.
You talk about this hole like, there's the hole America created, but have you actually seen it?
no, I
Well,
haven't.
then how can you talk about something you've never actually
Are
seen?
you disputing the whole?
No, because it is getting hotter. It
is
really
getting
is.
hotter.
It's getting hotter.
Right now.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, do we blame the countries using petrol cars, diesel cars?
Maybe it's not the petrol, is that what you're saying?
Maybe-
Maybe it's not the carbon dioxide killing the atoms in the atmosphere, the oxygen atoms that cannot live with the
Maybe
carbon dioxide.
everyone-
Maybe it's not that.
Maybe MRT's
Well,
wrong.
then what is it then? What is causing these holes? No,
I have no idea. I believe it's carbon dioxide.
No, I firmly believe
How are we going to fix
that
this
third
problem?
world countries, right,
Yes.
because they burn wood for
Yeah.
fires. I mean, every car in this
Right,
country
right.
has got a paraffin fire.
They're burning thornwood too.
And thornwood. What are the regulations on this stuff?
Yes.
There aren't any.
Yes.
The
That's it.
the
It's just
regulations
close,
on
they
cars,
can't
the
Yeah.
you know admissions controls on the new BMW.
Those are enforced, however, in the
You know,
rural
America's
settlements-
trying, but what are we doing?
Right.
What about
Really?
nature?
Right.
What role does nature play in this? Nature
Yes.
just starts a fire.
Yes.
What is that doing to the ozone?
Good statement there.
I don't have an answer,
Well,
unfortunately. I
well,
might
that's something
think
very
about it,
beautiful to bring up there. I mean, you know, nature. We're trying to fight for nature here, yet you know, no one's
It's not really helping.
No one's actually going out into the felt and going, "Hey, Mother Nature, stop doing that."
Stop the bushfires.
Yes.
Please, lightning. Lightning is the biggest causes of fire in
So-
the
all of the thing.
Yeah.
of the place.
Yes.
People just don't accept it. They say man is killing
Yeah,
the
this is a
environment.
good. This is a good
Is this
issue,
not
gentlemen.
natural?
This is a good issue.
Yes.
Are we to blame?
Is
Humans.
it not natural decomposition of the earth?
There we go.
Will another one
No.
not just form?
I mean,
Maybe the
naturally-
old one's dying.
Naturally, men are growing more
Are
clever.
we not maybe just panicking about something that's natural?
Yes.
My question is,
Right.
if it's natural,
Yes.
if it's going to happen,
Right.
man will not survive.
No.
How do we feel about that?
Well, I mean, that's.
Do we not see our destiny and still sit back and say,
Right.
okay, we can all go? we can die.
Well, I'm not happy with that.
Bush is happy with that.
Well, I mean, you're talking about lots of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you could, there's still 40 trillion barrels of oil left on the planet. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of business.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, is he really going to?
Is he actually looking for the?
Is he going to survive the rest of that? You know what I mean? Is he going to survive the end of the world?
Yeah.
No.
He's going to live another 40 years.
I mean, when you throw
the
something,
guy's,
when,
what is he,
right.
55?
when you
55.
throw out something out your car and you know it's litter,
Yeah.
you're not really worried about the implications are on your grandchildren.
No, you're not.
So I mean, you can understand the guy has a responsibility to himself to make money.
Fundamentally, he doesn't care about the future.
He doesn't care about our great.
What do you feel about the future? How would you feel if you were put in the same spot?
This brings up another question. Is there future?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
that's another
in-
program, eh? Next week.
Well, can the future
Maybe.
really exist?
Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, if we're
Future.
here right now, are we already there
at the same time.
at the same time?
Only
Well-
if you look at.
I mean,
A
with so
couple
many
of serious
variables,
theories.
like he could today wake up and decide not to go to work. I could
Yeah.
wake up and decide to go to work.
Yeah.
These variables
So
play
many
out.
variables.
But I decide last night I'm not going to work. When I wake up in the morning, I go to work. Have I changed to reality? Have I changed
do
my
I
time?
change your time too by simply this? If you were stopping at a stop street, Matthew,
Right.
and I was to walk across the road,
Sure.
all right. But if I hadn't gotten to that specific point when you got to that robot and I pressed that button so that the robot went red for you to stop, you would have got through that robot a whole lot quicker than if I hadn't actually been there. So therefore, people are playing roles in each other's outcomes,
other's
and
lives.
it's quite
I can tell.
Random
Random
outcomes.
outcomes.
However,
I can tell you the future.
Oh,
this.
In
I
1
wanna
minute's
hear.
time, we will still be right here,
Right here?
right here, right there,
In the
you mean
studio?
in the studio?
right here. So there's a vision of the future, but does it really exist?
Does
Until
it
you get
exist?
there.
Yes. Are we creating these things?
Does a
To
tree
ourselves.
fall and does anyone hear it? Does it make a noise in the forest if
Yeah.
there's no one around?
Yes, like that old saying.
It's just, I think it's a saying.
How does that go?
Or is it a
A
theory?
dove in the bush is
Exactly.
worth 10 in the hand.
Or how about if
Same
a tree
thing.
falls over
I
in
get
the middle of
that.
the forest? Does anyone hear it? Does it make a sound?
Does the snail get killed if I don't see it die?
We don't know. We
Well,
don't know.
They pretend to know, and that's, I believe, okay, they're calling ad break. We'll wrap it up there. Back to you, Mr. Creationism, very intellectual. clever guy.
Just to round this up,
Right.
everyone will agree with me that
Yeah.
global warming is not a problem,
No.
right? But whether the future exists is really an issue.
I think we're talking future and global warming. With global
If
warming,
the future
is there
but if the future doesn't exist, will global warming affect the future?
Gentlemen, can I close this off by just saying I think we need to be comfortable with our natural greed for ourselves.
It's been great meeting
Me
you guys.
Me first.
Yes.
Planet
Fuck the
second.
rest. Excuse me.
You know, a lot of things have been said today, and I've taken them to note.
Right, thank you, Mr. You've really put forward a whole bunch of really interesting things here, Dr.
Rob.
Dr. Stewart, Rob, and Professor Titch. Wonderful mind there,
Thank you.
wonderful concepts, and ladies and
Let's go do
gentlemen,
some,
I hope you really enjoyed the show. Put these gentlemen on the spot right here. Have a lovely evening.
Abduct an alien.
This is
Damn it, I was going to say. It's